Oh, and he does pick Blistering Sands.
Alright, Blistering Sands. Also a very technical map, only because of those backdoor rocks, so we'll see how this is played out.
I have to say, this is a map that Protoss really like. It's a map that Protoss really won't just disagree with. So, HyunGy does have a disadvantage here.
A lot of Protoss like to wall off their front either against another Protoss or a Zerg and then be able to break down those backdoor rocks at the end just so they can get out of their base and mount an offensive. But against Terran, it's a bit more technical because you can't really wall off your front because of those siege tanks. And even just those Marine Marauders, they will have enough range to outrange the Stalkers.
Yes, so I'm gonna go to your view for a sec, for I'm lazy. Terran's now pretty standard. I actually wonder what Cheese has in mind while picking this map.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players do, in fact, I've already said this before, but they do go for all of that, the map picking, so they can do a specific strategy. So definitely going to see what Cheese has in mind. And looks like both players are just playing standard so far. Cheese, again, checking for any sort of cheese in his base, so that's definitely going to be advantageous if he decides to get, or if the HyunGy decides to do a proxy.
Oh, I love saying cheese, looking for cheese. Oh, now scouting probe here, still looking for proxies now. See, going around, checking behind his rock, then finally gonna go scout the main base of Hyung. Looking back at Hyung's main base, he's finally getting that barracks up. More SCVs getting produced as usual.
Yeah, pretty standard so far, just getting that gateway down for Cheese. And this SCV a bit late, or maybe Cheese was a bit early. I'm not actually sure what the timings are in TVP, but this is definitely going to be a pretty standard first couple of minutes.
Oh, again with that great micro from Cheese, pulling back right when his HP reaches, his shields reaches 0. Gonna quickly regenerate and then go back to attacking.
Yeah, these two players just love playing standard at the beginning, not doing any sort of fancy stuff, just getting that barracks, and I wouldn't be surprised if we just started straight pumping Marines. There's the first one, and I assume there will be many, many more.
She's going right back in, checking if, yes, he sees that the Marine is getting produced, so he knows that this is the same build somewhat. Ooh, might get that SCV! No.
Oh, but great micro there from Hyung. And looks like that Marine is out, so we'll be able to ward off any sort of scouting, and the orbital command has completed.
Yes, and looking at Hyung's view, he does see the gateway, doesn't see the cybernetics core, but I'm pretty sure he's expecting it for. Most Protoss just goes that these days.
And we do see another Zealot going there. Cheese just loves this Zealot right away to get... Whoa, he runs right past this SCV there. Sort of a mishap from the Protoss player, but that Stalker is being produced so that Cheese can fend off this scouting SCV.
Yes, so SCV is gonna get out, I think. Ooh, yep, there he goes. Oh, an offensive pylon by Cheese. But we're gonna see if it's for proxy anything, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we did see EMCL do this in an earlier game on this exact map, just reverse sides, and this is definitely going to be interesting to see what Cheese does with it. I would assume a Stargate, because we can't even really proxy anything else over here. Maybe
there
just hide gateways, but there, in fact, is that Stargate.
So we're gonna see the exact same build as EMCL, I think it was, who did this.
Now here's something different. From the Terran player, we do see 2 additional barracks going down in that tech lab. There's Stim just being started and 1 Marauder out. It looks like the Stalker is going to do a little bit of poking, but nothing quite yet. A great deviation from the Terran player here, throwing down a reactor and a tech lab, just going to go straight pumping Marine Marauder.
This could actually be really bad for Hyung. Going for that quick Marauder Marine push, which a lot of Terrans like to do a kill, but he already has Congressor Shell and already researching stim packs, but I don't think he has enough anti-air to defend against the Void Ray.
Now we do see another forward pylon from the Protoss player just to make sure he can warp in whatever he chooses, but it looks like he's just going to go ahead and grab another gateway. And yeah, that reactor is just now done, and that might be the Terran player's saving grace, but one Void Ray rallied directly into the main, going to take out that supply depot, and here it comes.
Oh, that Stalker goes down.
We do have a bit of action at the front, a double-pronged attack. This is great, again, from the Protoss player, going to take out any sort of threat right away for that Void Ray.
And there goes that Void Ray, taking out that supply depot, gonna stop the vision of the back, and the Void Ray gonna charge up on that rock a bit. May choose to take it down for another route for Cheese's ground army. There he goes.
But we do see another Stalker being taken out by those Marauders, and I'm just not sure where he's going to go with this. Another Void Ray is on the way, but that is so many Marines. It might snipe this Void Ray. No, that's some great micro from the Protoss player. He does have that one additional range, or yeah, that one additional range on those Marines, so he can definitely micro away from them. And looks like nothing else being produced in the Protoss main, but we do see Hyung getting that factory up.
And there's the Void Rays fully charged going right in. Oh, but the Marines didn't take out 2 Void Rays. That's huge for Hyung.
Oh man, we do see a third Void Ray going in. He really can't lose this last one. He has already taken so much, but he's going to continue making these Void Rays, and nothing yet from his warp gates, just going to make some more Zealots, and Stalkers has broken down his backlocks. Oh, these Marine Marauders are way out of position. He only has these 2 Marauders back at the main, and he's trying to pull them back, but will this be enough? I'm just not sure.
There goes the tech lab on that first barracks. Probably going to lose the barracks as well. Waiting for that Marine. There's the stim pack. Going to go straight in. Oh, we really should focus on that Void Ray. That Void Ray not getting focused, but the ground army is getting ripped to shred by the Marauders. There's the Marines. Going to focus down on that Void Ray. Will it die?
Oh, it's so close. 40 health, 28 health. Oh, the F. But no, it does get away. Look at all these Marines. One storm could just take all these out. Looking at the production tab, yeah, the Protoss player Cheese is just going to get his expansion up, and this proxy is not doing anything right now. Has he scouted it yet? No, Hyung has not scouted it quite yet, but just going to rebuild that barracks, and actually getting a second barracks, so that's definitely interesting. And now he does, in fact, see the proxy.
And here comes Hyung's counter push. This could be bad for Cheese, who's putting down his natural expansion at a time like this, where Hyung already has that big round ball and reinforcing with 4, which is gonna be 4 barracks. And here comes Hyung's loving medevacs. He loves those drops. No, he even does those little drop tricks, moving the medevac, getting the units up to the higher ground, which got force field. And look at that Void Rays charging up on the Nexus. That's awesome.
Oh man, but it looks like that this Marine Marauder ball is going to go right for those destructible rocks, so all that charging was in fact for nothing. And I don't even think that Cheese knows about this, but looks like yes, this medevac is going to drop some Marines and Marauders right into the main of Cheese. Looks like yes, he is not going to. Looks like he's just going to transfer a couple of pros, but looks like yes, he is going to take out all of these units. But the real threat is with these rocks. But it looks like oh no, he's going to pull out back into the natural of Cheese, and oh no, he might even snipe this Nexus. It is going down.
Great 2-prong attack by Hyung here, getting all the units away from the natural with the drop. This is the advantage of being on Blistering Sands. Aggressor will always have the advantage of going to the natural and the back, especially with the rocks killed. Ooh, but Hyung's leaving the Marines behind. They're just gonna run in there and try to get as much scouting as possible.
And the problem was with those 2 stims at the beginning was that they left those Marines with almost no HP and only with 1 medevac. And the medevac might go down trying to unload units, but it does in fact survive.
It does survive.
All of those hits down safely.
And wow, great action from both players. Cheese did lose his natural expansion. We're gonna see what it's gonna come of it. Hyung still no command center, as we can see. Hyung even floating a factory, not gonna do anything tank wise. So he's just gonna go pure MMM, I believe. Even repairing his medevac.
Looks like we do have 2 Vikings being dual pumped from the starport with the reactor, and looks like wow, look at all of these Zealots. He doesn't even have charge on them quite yet, Actually, nothing started for them, but looks like he is going to make a push. And this might be it, but these Vikings will take out those Void Rays pretty fast because they do extra to armor. And what are you doing? One Void Ray and one Stalker gets just sniped from that force, and looks like it's going to run right past this entire army. I don't think I agree with this because that stim was just wasted. But he is going to stim a second time, trying to take out as many units as he can. And this huge sandwich from both sides from the Terran player, I really like the positioning, but those are some great force fields from Hyung.
He really needs to land these two Vikings to start attacking. But no, too much Zealots, 4 more Zealots getting produced. Right now, these few guys are on desperate life-saving right now.
And even though the food count of Cheese is lower, it looks like he does in fact have more units. I'm so surprised, but he does have these 4 warp gates just constantly pumping whatever he pleases. And looks like he's going to make a push into the main of Hyung.
Yes, it's a lot of Zealots, not enough. This ball again is getting cut in half by Hyung, not choosing to bring the forward squad back. He's gonna just go for the main, but I don't think there's enough to take out all the buildings. SCV is getting taken out, trying to surround those stalkers. They're actually doing a pretty good job.
There's some 2 great force fields completely walling off all those units so he can just escape whenever he wants. Even sniping up these last couple of SCVs. Look at all these SCVs. He could have just sniped a few more there, but we do see all the probes from the Protoss main being taken off the line to take care of this Marine Marauder force.
Yes, this is like exact same from both sides, but by the looks of it, Cheese has a bigger force. Hyung choosing to take 5 Marines and an SCV into the main of Cheese. I don't agree with this. He needs units back at base to defend this push.
Oh man, all these probes are still off of mining, trying to take away that from that Viking to land, but it looks like there's still a push in the Terran main with all these Stalkers and Sentries. 2 great force fields once again, but we do see a lot of the SCVs, or the probes that are being sniped from the Protoss player, warping in some more Zealots, but I think that the Protoss player just has way too many units.
Yes, and I think this is gonna be GG, I would believe, unless these 4 Marines can be like hero Marines. Really should focus down on that weaker pylon, not the Nexus. Oh, but Cheese actually choosing to pull back to save his main just to secure final win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what these Marines can do. Not even landing that Viking there. I'm just not sure what can happen. Even using that SCV to repair that medevac, pretty clever there, as it was at only 15 HP. And we do see that Cheese is just going to go in for the kill. Might even, oh no, the Nexus is going to be sniped, and I don't know, Hyung might be forced, he's lifting off his command center, might be going for a straight up base race, and these 4 Marines might even win him the game. I'm not sure how this is going to go down. He should be lifting up some other buildings too. All the mining has been stopped, and wow, both players just going for the hugest base race ever.
This is crazy, but there is a pylon. Ooh, but Cheese is being revealed, so Hyung does know about that pylon in the middle of the base. Hyung really needs to lift off the rest of these buildings and scatter them everywhere. That's what he needs to do right now.
And he's starting to do that with this starport, and it looks like he is going to be revealed because there is no command center anywhere in sight. And yes, he is now revealed as well. So both players are going to be revealed, but these forces from the Protoss are going to get here, and no more warp gates being produced from them. And looks like, oh, he doesn't even have any probes yet left. Looking at the unit counter, and Hyung, GG's.
Tie. Tie? Oh, right, that's true.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have any air whatsoever.
Yes.
So he could just put them into the corner, but yes, GG. And oh man,
that was a great game.
And that means Cheese takes the win.